Yo, what's up, guys? You already know what the fuck is going on. But just in case you don't know, it's Another Motherfucking Podcast. It's your boy, Say by Paris, and for episode 6, I brought the boys with me. First, allow me to introduce the cameraman to 90% of our content, Michael Chewy. Say hello to the people, Michael.
What's up?
Where can people follow you on social media?
Michael Chewy on Facebook, and I don't really have any other social media outlet right now. I just use Facebook.
Also, allow me to introduce another talented photographer. He puts the D in Patty D. Say what's up to the people, Patrick.
Hey guys, Patty D.
Any social medias you want to throw out there for people to check you out?
Yeah, man. Instagram Adventure Perspective.
Cool. And returning to the podcast, fellow Baseball Escape member. You know him as Turt Le Fro. I know him as Mikhail, aka Remote Dick. Say what's up to the people, Mikhail.
What's up?
And I'm not gonna ask you about social media because this nigga a hermit crab.
At Faded Loblolly on Instagram.
Now, before we get into the podcast, if you're listening on Apple, be sure to rate the show 5 stars. The show is also available on Spotify with new episodes every Sunday, and you can expect the YouTube version to hit anytime throughout the week. I be slacking. Now, without further ado, I got my boys with me. We gonna talk about some motherfucking shit. So, first, I'm gonna stray away from the notes that we got. We got 2/3 of Walmart workers here. So, how y'all feel about the changes and shit that I talked about in episode 4?
Well,
It's not really gonna bug us too much.
No.
We're still independent back there.
same thing. Same.
We just people
Other
bossing us
people.
around,
Yep.
making more money than us.
So it's all it is.
Any management stories y'all wanna tell, or without saying names and shit? Mikhail already told me something earlier. I was trying to
Man,
see if he would say
they
something.
try to take my vacation. I ain't going.
I feel that. All right, so keeping on the path of what I have in our topics, first I wanted to discuss relationship advice since all of us here are in a relationship, some longer than others. So my question is first, what's the most important thing in a relationship?
Oh, easy, man, easy. And I know it sounds cliche, but legit communication.
I agree.
That's
Most
honesty,
definitely.
Honesty and communication for me is top.
Yeah, you can interpret communication a lot of ways too.
Yeah. You agree, Mikhail?
Yeah. Communication is really key, and honestly, like I've always struggled with that when it comes to relationships. So I feel like through my mistakes I've learned. But you live and learn every day of your life. You live and you learn. You learn something new every day, and I've learned that communication is really like a deficit for a relationship, most definitely.
Like Patrick said, you can really dive it into multiple branches. So like, when I think of communication, setting boundaries. Do you like being alone? What are your triggers? Stuff like that. That's all falls under the umbrella of communication. So, and this is a popular topic among people who are considered getting married and whatnot. But should finances be separate or together?
I think they should be together.
I can't see why it can't be both.
Why do you think it should be together?
I think they should be together because you can get you can base your whole gross together and figure out what you could do, how little you could spend out of that whole total.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm
like
saying?
it's never like this is my money, I made
Yeah.
it. So it should always be like it's a group. Like it's a group. It's not a
If
group.
you do everything
but
together, you know what I
yeah.
mean, spend your money together, it's a lot. You could save a lot more instead of just what do I want, what does she want, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What do we want?
What about like take into consideration, let's say like one of the partners is really bad at budgeting or bad at spending. How would y'all feel about monitoring a joint bank account?
Well, if one of them's bad, obviously the other one should pick up the slack.
That's me for sure. I'm super bad. She follows all the bills, and I tell her how much money I got towards anything. So
Yeah, your ass be buying fucking Funko Pops
I
and
do,
shit.
yeah. Yeah, that being said, though, like, I do, we have our finances separate, and we've always had our finances separate. There's always been 2 accounts.
As far as that, yeah.
I mean, like we have our own money, but we, of course, we come together because our bills are our bills.
Right.
So
y'all pay half or you know.
No, it's not even like that. It's like, hey, you know, if you can chip in a little bit to this, cool. I got you a little bit on this other thing. You know, it's like, I'll pay this bill, you pay that bill this month. If you got it, you got it. Cool.
Absolutely. I see hella married people that have done it for years. Like, this is 2 separate bank accounts. Unless they only time I really see like a joint account is if they own like a business together. So they just accompany it together because it's coming from the same place. But you know, it's like I said, it's different whenever you got 2 different sources of incomes. So I mean,
I think you guys are hitting it on the nail. And like you said, a lot of things to take in consideration is you got 2 different type of incomes. So which one of you are making more than the other? Which one can chip in more? You know, it doesn't have to be a half and half thing. It's y'all are in this together. So at the end of the day, it's both of y'all's bills.
happiness is key.
How important is sex in a relationship, Miguel?
Damn, man, I knew I was gonna go first on this shit. I feel like it's important, but like my mama said, it's not the main thing. It should never be the main like consecutive thing a part of a relationship. There should be connection through like your minds, your wants, your goals. You know, there are dreams that you have together. That's always into a token as well. But like sex is more of an intimate part. Sex is like you literally extend your being to someone else. So it should be more sentimental, really. But a lot of times you can still like release frustration through sex because that shit it'd be hitting. So, but yeah.
What about you, Patrick?
Yeah. If you say otherwise, man, I don't see how it can't be. Of course, you know, don't, like you said, don't base your relationship on that, because then when you can't do that anymore or that's gone, you're going to be with someone you hate. So you need to balance it, but it doesn't need to be first now.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's going to happen if you really care about the person. Like you said, it's an intimate thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I agree with the intimacy, but like, I don't think I could still have a relationship and not have sex. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Yeah.
I think that I'm different from most people in that way, because I see sex as being important because it is your significant other. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go outside and have sex with somebody else. I'm just saying, like, I don't feel like I could have. I shouldn't have just sex in the relationship. There's more. It is more than that.
I agree. I think sex is obviously important, but it should, like Patrick said, shouldn't be something you base the relationship on, because once that's gone, then you got a relationship built on nothing.
I'm not saying it's not important though, because it is. I still have my fair share, you know what I'm saying, of necessities, but it is more than that.
Yeah.
You have a whole life out there. Think about more stuff that you can do with that person other than just laying around in the bedroom.
Moving on. Well, still on the topic. Last question. Can you fix a broken relationship, and when should you let go if not?
Yes. Yeah. If I'm going through that right now, actually. This is the most positive I've been in a while because of that, actually. But there was a point where before I had to let go. I've done everything that I possibly can. All I'm doing is killing myself. And then if you're going to be gone anyway, why would I continue to do that?
Yeah. Broken relationships are they're a thing. I believe that, honestly, I've been through my fair share of broken relationships and trying to fix them. And sometimes, like, it's hard to let go for some people. And a lot of times you've done it so much and it's a part of who you are. You want to pamper that asset because it's what you've been investing your time into. It's what you've been devoting yourself to. So for you to just leave a broken project is just. I'm the type of person to clean the whole room, not just one part of the room, because.
I agree.
Exactly.
No, it's super good. Yeah.
I agree there. I agree all the way. I feel like you can. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on to something less intimate. So Donald J. Trump, and the J standing for Jesus. No, I'm playing. Used the White House proclamation to commemorate Columbus Day to accuse radical activists of trying to undermine the Christopher Columbus legacy. Some groups are arguing that Columbus Day celebrates Italian-American heritage. Others say it celebrates an exploration that led to the genocide of natives while paving the path for slavery. So, I know the answer to this from you guys, but I'm still going to ask anyway. Indigenous Day or Columbus Day?
Indigenous Day. I didn't know that was a thing. Like,
yeah, so and I have this in my notes. So 14 states this year, and I'm not gonna say all the states. You can fucking Google that. But 14 states have observed Indigenous Day, People's Day, instead of Columbus Day. So celebrating Native Americans and that shit. So there's like it's always been a topic of discussion around this time of the year, Columbus Day or Indigenous Day, and I think in more recent history, a lot of people are obviously leaning more towards Indigenous Day because we know of the wrong that this motherfucker Columbus, pillaging and raping and all that shit, bringing fucking chicken pox to the Native Americans and wiping them out. So the big topic of discussion around this time of year is always which one should we celebrate, which one should we call it. So that's my question for you guys, and I just want to get your take.
Indigenous Day.
For sure, Indigenous Day. I'm surprised to see the state of North Carolina on there, calling it that. I grew up there. There was a lot of teaching on Native Americans and such when I was a kid in school.
We get that everywhere though.
See, I didn't think it was a big thing here in Arkansas, because I went to Pasquotank County High School. It's the names are everywhere. So I'm really glad to see that on there.
See, Arkansas is not on the list though, so that's not a shocker, I was surprised to see Alabama on the list.
Oh
yeah. What I was surprised is to see Donald Trump on WhiteHouse.gov just completely back in Columbus Day. He's just trying to piss everybody off now.
Right.
This is I don't understand it.
Donald Trump, I feel like he knows how to feed into the people who support him and to piss off a lot of fucking people. And I think he does shit just to see if he can get away with it, to be honest. And I think he does a lot of shit he's really regressive versus being progressive, however the fuck you say that word.
Right.
Yeah, the first things he was doing in office was just repealing Obama administration and stuff. Like a whole first year. And still trying to do more.
And since we're on the topic of Donald Trump, can we survive 4 more years with him as president?
Man. boy, I see a civil war. But that's a rough topic for everybody. Countries go through that shit all the time. We just don't pay attention to it. There comes a point where because you have 2 different groups of people who are like, what's going on?
Polar opposites.
Yeah, they're getting further and further away from each other. So it seems.
I don't think we'd be able to make it another 4 years.
So, when I was 18, I was able to vote for the first time, obviously, and it was for Donald Trump and Hillary. And with that route, I said fuck both of them, and I voted third party. I voted Gary Johnson. This year, I was really leaning more towards Howard, whatever his fucking last name is, or Joe Jorgensen. Yeah. But it's kind of like I've been battling with myself, do I want to put my morals first or the country first? And it's Joe Biden is the lesser of 2 evils, but by how much is it worth it? Shit like that. So I'm still struggling with if I want to vote Joe Biden just to spite Trump, or if I should go with my values.
In the aspect of Biden, his vice president, I don't really know her. Like, I've never even
Kamala
followed.
Harris?
Yeah, I haven't followed behind what she's about.
She's a cop.
Really?
That's what she is. Yeah, she's put so many people behind bars for like marijuana offenses and stuff. Blocked evidence. If they found out she was gonna lose a case, she would block evidence.
And that's back to my morals. Like, obviously, I'm against police brutality. I'm for progression and all this shit. And it's like, yeah, they're the lesser of two evils, but is it really worth it? You know, I just don't know if we can survive 4 more years with Trump. Because I'll be honest with you, these last 4 years have felt like 10.
Bro, it's
Yeah.
crazy, man. Like, to see things fall apart in front of you is interesting. Like, I'm the type of person, if I see a Trump supporter, I'm not like, I don't go out my way to be an asshole to him,
right?
Because I know I'm gonna get retaliation from it, regardless of what I say. So I'm just like, what's up, man? Like, what's up? So it's like, you can't.
It's weird to me seeing people come in wearing like fucking full on, like, just Donald's dick in their mouth, like mask, hat, fucking t-shirt, socks.
There was a woman in a cowboy hat. She had rhinestoned the whole thing, Trump 2020, and the whole rest of it was glinting in the light. In the Mark cart, you know?
Yeah. Imagine that.
I was like, you spent time to do this.
It's their fucking personality. They want to be known. Like, they put the fucking bumper sticker on the back of their truck. They want to piss people off.
Literally, Colt 45.
If you vote for Trump, they have a flag that you like get. Yeah.
If you vote for Trump, you get a flag.
Yeah, or some shit like that. I don't know. I seen some shit on the internet.
I pass by a flag shop every fucking day to work, and it's fucking Confederate flags, Donald Trump flags, and back the blue flags. So, and I wanted to ask you this because I think I don't keep up too much with news, but you tell me things here and there.
I do what I can.
What's your handling or what's your views on his handling of COVID?
Man, I give like half a prop because he did try to shut it down. I'm gonna shut flight down from China to the U.S. And that's cool, you know. But however, from January to March, like, he did absolutely nothing else to stop.
Nah, shit.
All he did is like, there's only 15 of them. They'll be gone real soon. Don't worry. And then just ignored it.
When he got COVID, I was really hoping he would make a statement talking about how serious it was, or send out checks for the businesses that are fucking barely keeping afloat. And he did the complete opposite. He fucking basically said, this shit it ain't shit. Keep, living your life, basically. And, of course, his fans are, I call them fans. They're fucking sheep. They're going to believe anything he says. So, if he says Corona isn't serious, they're going to, now, and we work at Walmart. We see every day less and less people wearing masks. Is there anything he's done monumental, at least, during these last 4 years?
Monumental. He's repealed some protections on places like Monument Valley and a lot of national parks, so that corporations can move in on the land for fracking. That's monumental.
I don't believe he has done anything monumental.
Honestly, I just think every year he does, or really every month, he just does something to see if he can get away with it. And he has. I mean, he got impeached and that didn't lead to nothing.
No, I thought that was interesting, that whole little fiasco. That shit was crazy, bro.
It's crazy, like, what the media chooses to, like, pick apart versus, like, with Obama, like, they were fucking shitting on him for the tiniest things. Like, oh, he's wearing a tan suit. Let's talk about how fucking weak he is compared to Putin.
I thought that was a weird analogy too. Like, why Vladimir?
Yeah, I remember watching a clip and they were like, "Here you have Vladimir. He's strong," and it showed him shirtless, and like he's like basically saying that he is the image that America should be.
See, I still don't understand. Like, are they saying the communism is good or what? Because Russia's not a communist state anymore, but like Putin is. So.
Any last takes on Donald J. Trump? The J standing for Jesus, of course.
I just hope he has better intentions than what's being given to him, like what he's giving to people at least. I know.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I feel like if his followers jump first, then he'll back them. But like, there's been a lot more interactions between, let's say, party versus party, like stuff like that's. And what I don't like is when like people in that party will jump at Black Lives Matter. Like, I seen a lady come into the store. She had what was that shirt? She said, I forgot, "My life matters too," and like I didn't look at it as something to like entertain, but she was like, does my shirt offend you?
Yeah,
like stuff like that. I'm just like, no, but why would you go to the asset of what's going on amongst the world right now? Why would you ask that question?
Especially to a person of color like yourself.
She's only
because
the outcome.
Right. She expected you to react in anger. That's probably how she views.
That's all it was.
People of color as fucking.
She's trying to be a Karen.
So
that's all it is.
Literally, I was just like, it's a shirt.
I feel like it pisses them off more when you don't react how they want you to.
I'm just at this point, it's like either you see what's happening or you just don't care. You just don't give a fuck.
And it's both. They see it and they don't care. I shared a post on my Instagram since you did bring up Black Lives Matter, and just to put it in perspective, obviously all of us here, we're for Black Lives Matter, but for the people who are not. People who are comparing it to All Lives Matter, I shared this on my Instagram, Saved by Paris, and it says, if my spouse comes to me in obvious pain and asks, do you love me? An answer of, I love everyone, would be truthful, but also hurtful and cruel in the moment. If a coworker comes to me upset and says, my father just died, a response of, everyone's parents die, would be truthful, but hurtful and cruel in the moment. So, when a friend speaks up in a time of obvious pain and hurt and says, Black Lives Matter, a response of, all lives matter is truthful, but it's hurtful and cruel in the moment.
Okay.
That's powerful.
It is very powerful.
Alright, moving on from...
Drop my water.
Easy to knock your fucking microphone over like I did. Moving on from Donald Trump, Cardi B is obviously in the news once again. She's been in the news for the last month or two with divorce rumors and not getting divorced and whatnot. But she accidentally posted a topless photo of her on Instagram, and almost immediately Twitter body shamed the fuck out of her. They said her areolas look like pancakes. Cardi's statement via Twitter: Lord, why the fuck you have to make me so stupid and... I don't know, should I say that word? R-word. Why? You know what? I'm never going to beat myself up about it. And after posting her statement on Twitter, she caught backlash for her use of the R-word. And you can use background knowledge to know what I'm talking about when I say R-word. If not, Google it. But some of the responses were, someone tell Cardi B to stop using the R-word, please. It's so disrespectful, and people have told her multiple times to stop. Another response: please don't use the R word. I love you, but my child is disabled and that word really hurts. So, I want to ask your thoughts on the whole matter. I want to ask you about the internet body shaming Cardi. And I want to ask you about the use of the R word. Is the world too sensitive, or is it a must to censor ourselves?
Man, when she posted a picture of her titties, she should have already known she was either going to get clapped at or supported. So regardless, when she posted it, she should have been like, they finna talk about my areolas. I already know. Like,
yeah. I think it's a mix of both, though. I think she's getting support and backlash.
Yeah.
But the backlash mostly
it's gonna be
because
more
of her response.
Yeah. Well, now that, like, I feel like in the past we used to use that word like all the time. Like
Fucking like, South Park, man.
Yeah.
For
anything,
yeah, like literally anything.
It's crazy looking at life 10 years ago and the shit you could say and no one would bat an eye.
Just 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But like, I understand. It's you shouldn't, like, don't call someone that and don't call yourself that, because no one is. I feel like really that word is ridiculous. It doesn't give a positive tone to it. It's just a word that's used to call something that.
It's just a negative word.
It's just a negative word, literally.
It's like saying the N-word, or calling somebody an asshole, or saying something like that, you know what I mean? It's just one of those words. It's just something to hurt somebody with. It shouldn't be a word that you actually use going towards somebody or anything like that, other than, you know what I mean, saying it rudely. If you're trying to be an asshole, then say that word, but don't say that word. You know what I'm saying?
Don't say that word.
It's just like people who say the N-word and they're like, oh no, I'm calling them ignorant. It's like, why'd you use the N-word? Just call them ignorant.
Right.
If you're being a dumbass, just call yourself a dumbass.
Yeah.
The reason why I ask if the world is too sensitive, because, I mean, my take on it is, you know, as far as the R word goes, we should really try to censor ourselves and to grow and understand that word hurts people just as much as the N-word hurts people of color. That word hurts disabled people and the parents and relatives of disabled people. But as far as the internet body shaming Cardi, I didn't really take it that way because I thought it was lighthearted fun. It was a bunch of memes. I saw one of her fucking titty in McDonald's breakfast as a pancake.
I saw someone drew Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, Mike Wazowski. I didn't take it as body shaming. I took it as the internet just being the internet. And
also, whatever, dude. Like, I'll see a titty. You know?
Right.
I was like, oh, sweet, there's a titty. Yeah. Like, I didn't think like, oh, look at that titty. Now I was like, dude, free titties is free titty.
It's like a flower. Not every flower is the same, bro.
Yeah.
That's a good analogy. Yeah.
It's like a flower. No flower is the same.
Whoa. And she just had a kid, and she was breastfeeding, so that explains
and it does
all
make
that.
a huge difference. Yeah.
People
Come from experience.
Know. Again, it comes people who don't know.
Virgins, or just but I mean, you know, I just didn't take it as body shaming. I mean, some of the posts, yes, they were fucking going in on her, like just fucking dragging her ass, but I don't really take any type of memes to heart. I mean, they're memes. They're supposed to be lighthearted. I mean, that's just my take on it. Yeah. It is what it is. Moving on. We flying through these motherfucking topics like it's nothing. This the interesting topic of the day. What are some conspiracy theories you find to be true? Patty D.
Well, besides the obvious 9/11,
9/11.
One that people forget about a little bit, the Las Vegas shooting.
Okay.
It definitely wasn't that guy. They said he shot himself. And I was following it real close, like as it was happening, as much as I could before like stuff gets lost or whatever. And they released like crime scene photos of the guy, like him dead, and there was shell casings on his body. Like, he was already dead when the gunfire started happening. A lot of people at the place reported a second shooter in a lower window, which I think there was some footage of that. Like, you see a couple flashes from a lower window. Mm-hmm. But
I think throughout history, like, obviously our government is shady. I could see that throughout history in almost multiple incidents where the person who was accused of the crime didn't do the crime. And I always think back to JFK. Oswald did not fucking shoot Kennedy. He was the fall guy.
Lyndon B. Johnson had that happen.
Fucking
the vice president, yeah.
Man. What are some other theories that you got in your notes? Either you two or...
Let somebody else get in here before I get into it again.
Before you get too deep into it.
All right. That's how it is. All right. Obviously, aliens are real. No doubt. I mean, we knew that already anyway. But then I remember like 2 or 3 years ago, I think it was 2018. I shared an article from the New York Times that said the Navy had released the F-16 footage of them following an actual UFO that was like darting in different directions and stuff.
Yeah.
It has all the footage from the cameras in that plane, and it released or it leaked. And I was like, holy shit! How is nobody talking about this? So I shared it, and it nobody else talked about it. And then this year, I think it was like in March or April, that was on the calendar. Oh, the government says UFOs are real. And I was like, I clicked on the link. It was the same article I had read 2 years prior.
Yeah.
And then
I remember that article this year not even getting no recognition because at that time, fucking pandemic had hit.
Yeah.
Everyone was talking about that, and then we were like right on the rise of all the protests
and then people forgot again.
It's just the media blocking. That's all it is.
Like how huge of a deal is it to be like the U.S. government, arguably the most influential and quote unquote powerful country in the world, or government in the world. Sorry, government in the world. Just said, hey yo, yeah, we've been following aliens for years. Here's footage of one. It's right here, right? Aliens are real. Cool, and then nobody says nothing about it.
It's normalized.
It's not even the craziest shit to happen this year is the problem. So.
yeah, fucking 2020, man.
What do y'all think about reptilians?
Basically, people in power being reptiles.
Yeah, actually like shapeshifters or something.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a little more on the
It
crazy
is.
side.
It is, man. But like, it's such a popular one to be so wild to have so many people believe in it, and I've been wanting to look into it. So I don't know if y'all have heard something.
I want to hear the statistics on that too.
Yeah.
That would be pretty crazy.
Zuckerberg for real, like watch
Dude,
him.
yeah, Zuckerberg.
Watch
He
him.
is a man. He looks like one of them.
I mean, but what would be the point if all these people are reptilians? Like, what's the end goal?
Shadow government stuff. Using it to get resources. I don't know if aliens need.
Yeah.
Well, they need gold and like water, right? Or that's what they use or something. I don't know.
I have, so you've already talked about two that I have on my list, and that's alien evidence and 9/11 being an inside job. I also think that some of the conspiracy theories I find true is government mind control and human cloning and shit like that. And human cloning is like real interesting to me because like the big theory is that people, famous people, celebrities, so I'll give some examples, fucking Prince, anyone who fucking died, the theory is that if they were a person of significant influence, that they were cloned and then killed, and their clone is like being hidden away or some shit like that. I don't know. It's an interesting theory.
They got the money.
Did you all know that like cloning isn't even illegal in most states in the U.S.? It's a state by state law.
Really?
Yeah, like actual human cloning, like it's not illegal in many U.S. states.
Sounds about right.
So, why not?
I think it's funny when like,
Dolly the sheep.
when motherfuckers go to jail,
Yeah.
like fucking yeah. I think it's crazy when motherfuckers go to jail, like Kodak Black and Gucci Mane, and then they get out and it's like that's not the same person that went in. That's a fucking clone. It's funny, and it's an interesting theory. I do think it's real. It's a real thing. I mean, we've seen the animals clone, so
Yeah,
why
that's
can't you
right.
clone a human? The fuck?
Yeah, Dolly was in the 90s. And you think they successfully cloned a sheep and then
In
like,
20
oh, we're
years.
done. Nah, it's been like 20, 25 years.
It's fucking crazy.
We've definitely done more of that shit. Somebody has. Why not?
I think it could be good use for like good use too. I mean, like you could live longer. You could clone your organs and shit. Well, that's more like stem cell, but same
So,
difference.
yeah, I guess. I mean, you're just cloning a specific organ, right? For using your own DNA.
Right.
So it's like compatible. So
Speaking
I
of
call
that,
it
there was a conspiracy theory like last year with the 23andMe and the Ancestry. Like, basically, if you do the DNA test now when you're young, 50, 60 years from now, you will be able to regenerate your like DNA and shit like that. But you're gonna need a sample from when you're younger, quote unquote. And then those companies would come in and be like, hey, well, remember when you did 23andMe back in 2019? Well, I'll sell it to you for $30,000. And
You know, to be fair, that is something I can see somebody buying as like collateral for something else. I mean, 23andMe is owned by Google. So it is. Yeah. So and like that's why I didn't choose them because they sell their their data and stuff.
You did Ancestry. Yeah, that's what I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always wanted to know, like, just, you know, you don't know. So it'd be interesting to know who you are.
See, and I want to know about that too because, you know, people of African American descent, obviously it's going to be harder to follow than say, oh, my Irish and Scottish ancestors came to a boat.
Back to fucking 1300s.
Here's this signature right here, okay, you know?
Yeah, I think the idea is they hope that more people across the world, but more specifically in Africa, they're able to do those tests on so that they can try to date it back a little further.
Okay, that makes sense.
If you're in America, usually the furthest they can date back as a person of color is like 1800s. And that's on my African side, that's how far they dated back for me.
Yeah, when records started happening then.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like I said, I've never done one, so I've always wanted to know. Like, cause I know that I have like, I'm not full black. I know that. Like my mother, I don't know my father though, so whatever. Turns out to be that I have like, I have lighter ancestors, like more your like skin color, Taylor.
So basically white.
Yeah, basically.
Snow White.
Yeah, so like a lot of my relatives are light skinned, so I've always wondered like what came and what went, you know.
And would they be able to like date who you're like related to? Like in the past, you know, not like now, really. Like famous, like were you related to fucking Abraham Lincoln or some shit like that?
I'm sure they could. They have enough people who they know are actually related to them. Like I said, like you said, depends on samples at the core.
All right. It's always that awkward pause. You got any more crazy conspiracy theories you want to dive into, Patty D?
I'll save for another episode.
Look,
save for that.
Look, I love the pyramids thing. Like that shit's crazy. Like the pyramids in Egypt, the pyramids all the way around the world, bro.
Yeah,
like, that shit right there. That's what get me. I'll be like, huh?
You know they found like cocaine in some of the mummies in Egypt. They dug up. And you know what doesn't grow anywhere in that area, but it grows where there's other pyramids in the world? Yeah, South America.
Yeah. That shit crazy, bro. And there's none. I don't know if there's any in America. I don't think there is.
It would have had to come from there. Someone had brought it,
yeah. Yeah, Egypt or South America.
I guess I don't know the theory, the pyramid thing.
Well, it's weird that they're aligned very similarly, and they're both types of pyramids. Yeah. Like in the same like star pattern.
Huge, bro. Those are big ass stones.
Yeah, especially in Egypt. They brought them like 80 miles away or some shit like that. People, you see this? They drug those maybe it was like 23 miles away, and they're 80 tons a piece. I think that was the thing.
I just remember seeing in the fucking history books, the fucking them pulling that shit up the mountain. I'm like, bro,
nah,
that don't look right.
Like on their back and shit.
Yeah,
that's crazy. But if they did, that's incredible. But
I mean, if they did, it would make sense that they made slaves do it.
The ground is sandy. I don't think so. People try to walk with
right, they no fucking grip.
I slip on sand all the time.
We had 50 camels that day.
Craziest theory for me, and I actually kind of want to believe it to be true, is that we are in a simulation. And I feel like I don't want to dive too deep into it, but I feel like obviously footage can be altered or whatever, but I've seen like so many videos where like there's a glitch in the system. So like one interesting one for me is all these cars were driving and then they just all stopped and there was no reason to fucking stop. They just all stopped like there was a glitch in the system and then they went again. And that's just like one minor example.
Wait till the Matrix 4 come out. The war gonna fucking blow up.
I don't know. I kind of hope it to be true though, because like if we are in a simulation, when we fucking die and wake up, then what?
I feel like me and Batch were talking about this, like energy and like all that's real, and electricity is nothing but energy. So it could very well be something of that facet, but like at the same time, it's also like it breathes life. But if it could be, it's not falsified. I don't believe it to be falsified. I do believe that energy can collide in different ways and make strange things happen. So, as far as like, I myself, I don't believe in the simulation. I believe it's a simulation of like further steps, like dreams. Don't get me started on dreams. Don't get me fucking started on dreams. But I feel like I said, there could be a simulation, but there's different levels to the existence of us. There's different points for us to, because like you don't remember before you were a baby, but that's weird. Like, but you always feel like you've always been. Like that's how I feel anyway. I feel like I've always been, and now I love certain things that I don't understand now. Why do I love these things so much? I love fall. Fall's best time for me. I love it so much, but I don't understand why. I'm like, stuff like that is interesting to me, honestly.
What's crazy to me is like you were talking about dreams, and I'm sure this happens to you guys too, but I always dream some shit, and it'd be like something so fucking little. It could be me stopping at a stop sign, and I'm dreaming that a fucking fat kid walked by, and then in real life I have the same exact moment in the same location with the same person. It's something so minor, like I can't bring it up because people are like, you fucking crazy, like what are you talking about? But,
you know, dude, one time I used to have deja vu all the time, and there was one time I was in English class at Hot Springs here, and I was in the middle of a deja vu moment.
You went to school here?
Yeah, when I did my last 2 years at Hot Springs.
That's what's
Hot
up.
Springs High? That boy went with Bill Clinton.
Yeah, that's what's up. I didn't know that. That's what's up.
But
You saying?
what was I saying? What was it?
I'm sorry.
That was cool.
That's shocking.
Deja vu, yeah. And there was this girl across the room. Her name was April. She was talking to some of her friends about something, and I could hear the conversation as it was happening, and I actually like yelled out. The last 2 words of her sentence was "your uncle," and like I was like, you know, everyone started to look at me or whatever. But it was the only time I've ever like beat deja vu before like it happened, and I was like, oh damn, that already happened already.
What was her fucking reaction to that? Like
They just looked like I was crazy.
Hey, what this nigga talking about?
But like,
Anyway.
but I was right. Though.
right.
But I was right though.
Damn, this nigga actually beat deja vu.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I will fucking stand there like when I have a deja vu moment for like 5 fucking minutes, like evaluating what just happened.
Yeah, I'll be like,
That's why I go back to the simulation shit. Like I feel like I'm fucking reliving shit.
Yeah, somebody told me one time that like when you have deja vu, like it's somebody near you's time traveling.
That's cool as fuck.
That was like, what makes kind of sense, I guess.
Probably Sarah time traveling on Animal Crossing.
I'm kidding.
You believe in the multiverse?
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude, fuck yeah. I believe there is a universe where fucking XXX Tentacion and Mac Miller are alive, and I want to be a part of that universe.
There's a universe where they're gay and married too.
That's fine.
Just
fine.
What about the one where we all have wings? Or we all fucking have flamingo legs? It's funny. It's interesting to think though, you know? Like, different facets of different realities. It makes you think, what else can we do? You know, like what else can we do besides what we're doing now? Like we gravel at each other all the time. Why do we hate? Why do we feel so much anger? Like that always has made me curious. What part of us deems us to do either bad things or react bad? You know, it's always been interesting to me. I understand it's like the human like psyche. You want, you need. Things make you happy, things make you sad, but like, why? Why can't we strive for better? What is it so hard about in people's mind where they just hate somebody? Why do you have to hate somebody so fucking hard that you literally would do anything to take them out? So like the Columbus Day thing, why did they come and be like, all right, release the dogs? What the fuck? You don't see these kids, these children playing. They've been growing these crops, making these beautiful.
And it's not like they were attacked when they landed. They were greeted peacefully.
Yeah. Wow. What makes you want to do that? It's insane. I believe in the 7 deadly sins. Shit real as fuck. So like, I don't know.
What is there? They're white, man. We just do that. Like to everybody. Today, back then. I mean,
It's
like England.
DNA.
Yeah, England is super small, but they owned most of the world. They conquered it.
It
Australia, India, part of China.
it's maybe, like I said, it comes back to like what we were before. Like maybe they were just people who moved, like they're nomadic people that just move around. And then when you see they see something like, fuck, that's mine, then go ahead and get that. Or like, I don't know, you know? But I don't know, there's a lot of things that, I don't know, that make us up. And the ancestry thing, cool as fuck. So you can figure out like what you've been and how you can strive to be better. Because I believe we're all connected. I believe somewhere down the line, we fucking connect.
If you're a Christian, that's Adam and Eve.
Like I said, look, at one point we all connect, because it's interesting that you can never meet somebody, but you can be like...
Right. I know what you're saying.
You can feel some shit, bro. Like, it's crazy. I love it, though.
Yeah,
that's why I love people, bro.
The ancestry thing, like, obviously, is still probably working through kinks and shit. Yeah. But, I mean, it dates you back to communities you've been a part of, fucking ethnicities, small ass, like 1%. You might be 1% fucking
you were in somebody's nutsack or somebody's ovary that long ago. Like, really, it's crazy.
Going back to the multi-universe thing, did y'all see Spider-Man 3?
That shit,
yeah. Spider-Verse.
Oh,
bro,
here, new topic. New topic. Who's the best Spider-Man? Who do you think y'all the best Spider-Man?
Off the bat, fucking...
who's gonna get beat up today?
Who got beat up today?
Who's going to after your answer?
Oh, man, what's that?
I'm not going first, because I already know who
What's the new nigga name?
Tom Holland.
Him.
You like Tom... Look, see, it's so...
defend your answer. Defend your answer.
Like...
Okay, so I would say with Andrew Garfield, I enjoyed him as an actor, but he did not fit the role of Peter fucking Parker.
It's the multiverse. And he's cool in one universe. He's a fucking dirtbag in one universe.
That's fair. Yep.
See, and that's the cool part, because, bro, I wonder if they gonna... Did you ever see, like, Disney, they offered this one dude a fucking job because he dressed up as Miles Morales, the black kid, and he was like doing backflips and shit all the way across the room and shit. Yeah. The CEO was like, "You might have a movie or something coming up, some cool ass shit like that." Like
I feel like this would be the movie they introduced Miles Morales in. I mean,
that's
already
awesome,
right?
It's Spider-Man. It probably, because it's I think it's Far From Home.
With
not Far from
Childish Gambino, right?
Homesick.
Yeah, Homesick.
Homesick. Yeah, that's the three. Because it was Homecoming, Lost from Far From Home, and then Homesick.
Yeah.
So,
that's right.
Was it the first one or the second one where Childish Gambino was in it? And he was like confirmed as the uncle of Miles Morales.
Right.
Yeah. So
that has to connect.
But anyway,
you can't just fucking drop that.
Back to who you think the best Spider-Man is. Look, check me out. Toby fire. Look, I'll give Toby this. He the thing with Tobey Maguire is he's awkward as fuck, bro. I
can't stand his facial expression.
I cannot stand his facial expression.
Look, but he's my favorite Spider-Man, not my favorite Peter Parker. There's two different things. There is. He's one of my favorite Spider-Man because his webs come from his veins. He never made like a gadget. All his come from his veins.
Spider-Man. Okay, I'll leave the multiverse thing for the web for later. Now, Andrew Garfield is the best representation of the Spider-Man half of that. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man, he's funny, like he's kind of self-important, you know, when he's fighting. Cracks jokes at the wrong time, but it's okay because he's super agile. Like, that's what I wanted to see, and that's what Andrew Garfield gave me.
Yeah. That's what I like him too. I was so pissed
when they fucking canceled his, because I never watched the Tobey Maguire movies as a kid, so I didn't have any connection to it. My connection was Andrew Garfield when I first got into Spider-Man. And I was like deep into that. Like, they just cut it off right.
He had all the best villains too, hands down.
Yeah.
Well, he had Electro.
Yeah.
He had Lizard Man
in the first one.
Yeah, he had Lizard Man, Electro, and then I think Rhino at the end of 2. So he had a lot of cool villains like to interact with him, and he's the only one.
Did he have Dr. Octopus too?
I don't think so.
Oh, he didn't have them too?
Hold on, no. He had Green Goblin Jr.
Hobgoblin?
Yeah, he had the Goblin Jr. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the Hobgoblin is Green Goblin's son.
Yeah, so he had him and Electro in the other movie because
I was glad to see Mysterio in this last one.
I haven't seen any Tom Holland.
What?
I've only seen him.
The fuck?
Look, check me out. I've only seen him in Civil War and than all the like the main Marvel movies. I haven't branched over.
Well, I have fucking Homecoming in there. If you want to borrow it,
I'm gonna watch it because it got.
You got Disney Plus?
That shit
Is it
updating
on
on my
Disney
PlayStation every time.
Should
I
be.
don't got it.
I can't do that shit. So
Oh yeah, because it is Fox. Isn't it?
Michael, who do you think the best Spider-Man is?
Mr.
He's been
Quiet
quiet
over there.
Tom Holland, but that's because I follow the Marvel universe, like this recent film. So I feel like adding him into that.
I just can't hate that kid.
Yeah,
I agree. He's better than Tobey Maguire though.
He's the closest to the
I don't
teenage.
like Tobey Maguire.
He's the
either,
closest to the
but-
teenage.
I can't. First of all, the production is old as shit, and I didn't watch it when I was growing up. Second of all,
For it to be old, it don't look
man,
bad.
nah, fuck that shit.
For it to
And
be old,
second
it
of
don't
all,
look bad.
this nigga's facial expressions, man, I can't.
That's why I
You're
say.
just looking at memes too much. It's fine. You just looking at the memes
Bro,
and his face is so bad.
Bro, I seen one the other day where he was fighting Mysterio, and it was the Tobey Maguire fighting him. They like faked him into the scenes, and it was him fighting Tom Holland. That shit was hilarious. Or like the one where fuck, you remember in Endgame when Thor came in with the hammer at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, it had him come in. He was like, "I'm back." That shit kills me. So I already know whenever he like, cause they said like he's supposed to be at the end of the movie and not really in the movie.
I can see that.
I feel like they trolling. They gonna put that nigga halfway through the movie.
What do you
'Cause that's gonna be probably in like end game level.
What were the villains in the? You said Mysterio. What was the first one? The first one.
Vulture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That was Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good one. That was a good one.
I'm fucking game for it. It kind of reminds me of like when Doctor Who did the 3 Doctors in one special. Like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah! Like, I love seeing past iterations all in one fucking setting.
It's gonna be like the meme.
Oh, they do.
They do it.
Yeah, that's gotta happen. I'm gonna walk out the movie theater. I'm gonna walk out.
Are movie theaters open now?
Yeah.
Some of them
Some
are.
of them are.
Yeah.
I know like a lot of them are playing like old movies.
They're seating far as fuck away. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, but
I mean, the world.
Some of them are.
The
Some
world
of
is
them are.
seemingly going back to normal. I'm doing quotes for
Well, it's
people.
we keep breaking records in Arkansas, so
Yeah. Well,
not cool.
you know, Arkansas is the worst fucking state.
man, you know what's crazy? I remember like just like in chat rooms with people and be like, I live in Arkansas. I'm like, what?
Where the fuck? Dude, when I was
You
in
live
France,
in your country bumpkin. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. It's not even like that. It's kind of like that, but it's not like that, you know?
when I was in France, we met these foreign exchange students, and they were like asking where we were from and shit. And we said America, and they were like, "Oh, cool." What? You know, I didn't say Arkansas right off the bat because I knew they wouldn't know. I was like, "I'm from America." They're like, "Oh, what part?" I'm like, "Arkansas." They're like, "What the fuck is that?" I was like, "It's by Texas." Oh, I know Texas.
I say Texas, California, Ohio, New York.
Ohio.
Ohio's the twin capital
To who?
for America. Like they have the most like count of twins.
Bitch, I barely
who
know
knows?
Ohio
Who knows
is,
that? Who knows that?
It's in the Guinness World Records.
If I live in America and I don't know Ohio's at, how does somebody in Germany gonna know?
Exactly.
Hey, bro, the fucking
Until you just said Ohio, I forgot Ohio was a state.
look, no. Like people from Hanamonkey, our sister city, people come down here all the time, and they
Okay,
That's
yeah,
cool. That's a
yeah.
specific spot though. Like this isn't like
They know.
yeah, they know.
Yeah.
like
The world doesn't know.
Ohio's the twin capital of the world. There you go.
okay. Now I know. Everyone listening, write that down.
It's hilarious.
All right. Next topic. This is my last topic. And I want you to go first, Chewy, because you've been quiet over there.
Boy,
What do you consider to be the greatest cartoon of all time?
can we do top 3?
You do top 3.
Can I please get top 3? I
You
can't
do top
choose.
three.
Yeah,
off
I
the top
got
of my
top
head.
3.
I picked
Do
one,
that.
but you can do top 3.
I picked 3 as well. So I got, despite the controversy for the creator, Rick and Morty.
Okay.
Did y'all hear that controversy?
What?
He made some like very.
It was like some
nasty
kid shit,
video.
wasn't
yeah.
it?
It was like
Pedophile shit?
Yeah, pedophile TV show thing.
Oh,
It was just.
this
It
is
wasn't even a
America.
TV show though. It was just like a spoof video thing.
Well, he's raunchy. He made Rick and Morty.
Exactly.
Bro, he
and it was
raunchy, bro.
before Rick and Morty. So if you still liked Rick and Morty,
Look, if we're not holding South Park accountable, fuck all that other shit.
but I
What
like
about Paula Dean?
Well,
Bro, the one episode when he was on Family Feud, the dad of Kyle, he was like,
oh my god.
he was like, category is people who annoy you, and it was in blank GGERS, and he was like, I don't think I should say it. You have 2 minutes. You have 2 seconds left.
Before Mikhail says it, Mikhail is a black person. He's African American.
Dude, he was like, niggers. And I was like, bro, what? They did not do that shit, bro. That shit is crazy. They off the fucking wall for that shit. That was like, everybody was like, oh, naggers. Right. I was like, what the fuck, bro? That shit's insane that they got away with that.
Back to Chewy though. You said top one was, or you just said one of them was Rick and Morty. What's your other two?
I like Gravity Falls because it also
Fuck yes, dude.
It also falls in the same universe as Rick and Morty.
Dude,
I didn't know that.
I gotta watch that shit, bro. Everybody be talking
Through the
about
portals.
that shit.
So a book went through one of the portals in the intro of Gravity Falls, like a book and a pencil, which comes out of the portal in Rick and Morty.
Is it same creators or?
Yeah, I mean,
Or-
they're friends or something.
That's
Probably the
fucking
same
crazy,
studio
dude.
or something.
It is,
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy. I've seen it for myself. But yeah, Gravity Falls, and then Dragon
Gravity
Ball
Falls
Z,
was-
obviously.
That's a fucking anime.
Bro, no,
That's a
look,
fucking
still-
anime.
See, where do we draw the line though? Because
Which fucking Avatar?
Look. That's what I'm saying.
That's where we draw the line.
in the middle of the show. it's a cananime. Dude, yeah.
No, I respect that list. I thought Gravity Falls was slept on. Didn't they get canceled?
Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking fuck that shit. They always canceling the shit that I like.
They got it on Hulu, though.
Word? Okay. Mikhail, what's your
what
top
was your
three?
last one?
You said Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball. Kid, so
Are we gonna count Dragon Ball as a
man,
cartoon?
look.
It did come on Saturday morning, so.
I'm about to say it came on Cartoon Network.
Exactly.
Now, a lot of anime came on Cartoon Network though.
Exactly.
Be real.
Fully coolly.
So can
Tenchu
we agree to disagree that anime is just cartoon?
Man, that's
Right.
gonna piss off a lot of people.
Because you can have a separate list for anime, you know, because that's
Yeah.
such a big.
It's
genre.
so
Yeah, because I would
Cartoons
put Dragon
are more
Ball
for
in my
jokes.
top 3 animes. I wouldn't put it in my
Right.
top 3 cartoons.
Right.
Okay, all right. Top 3 cartoons. Me and Patrick talk about this shit all the time.
I got mine ready.
My number 1 is Courage the Motherfucking Cowardly Dog.
Fuck
Boy,
yeah,
oh my
dude.
god, that shit is so fire, bro. That shit is so fire.
For those who are listening, they just did a fist pump.
Literally, that shit is like great. I think my favorite episode is between when fucking Fred showed up to do the cut. He was cutting people's hair and shit. He had that fucking creepy ass smile, bro.
Dude, I don't get how people say like they couldn't watch Courage because it was so creepy. Like, you know me, I'm Jumpman. I don't fucking fuck with horror.
That shit was creepy. It
No,
wasn't scary.
I fucked with that
It
shit.
wasn't scary. It was just eerie and creepy. And then the episode with the fucking Flan dude.
Was that show on Cartoon Network or
Yes,
Adult
it was.
Swim?
It was on Cartoon. It was shit. It could have been on both.
Right.
It's in cartoons.
Yep.
Before y'all remember watching the Scooby-Doo movie where they're in like Louisiana and they're doing the voodoo shit, and then after the credits they did the Courage. They showed a Courage episode. Y'all remember that shit? Yeah, y'all didn't watch after credits. Like y'all didn't watch the
I don't
movie.
watch.
all
I
the-
don't watch credits now.
Man, okay,
I
so
want to start doing that
Marvel, yeah.
well, if you fucking just didn't turn that shit off, if you let it play out, at the end of the credits it was a Courage episode. I don't remember which episode, but that was the first time I was watching that shit. I was like, I don't know what this is, but I fucks with this shit. And then that's when
was it on Cartoon Network when you seen it?
no, it was on the VHS or whatever. I
what?
fucking
What was that? Scooby Doo Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Because there's a Diaz of Batman and Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Because
yeah.
Scooby Doo is considered DC Universe. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Warner Brothers over doing that shit.
yeah, technically, yeah.
There's been hella crossovers with Batman.
I fucks with that. I fucks with
And
it.
the Turtles. I'm surprised they haven't did one with Scooby Doo and the Turtles.
That's that'd be dope.
Ninja Turtles.
The crime fighting, right? They fit in.
Talking about Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
That's the
Ninja
same
Turtles,
universe,
They're
bro.
DC. There's
Warner Brothers DC. And they
Yeah.
crossed them over.
There's a Batman like versus Ninja Turtles movie.
That's why.
What the fuck?
Look,
Like we sold it, bro.
this is a little off topic.
Did you buy
but
it?
Nah, I
Fuck off. Fuck topics.
Dude, look.
we in there.
This is off topic. This is when, what the fuck? Oh, god damn it. It was just on my mind. Okay, the new Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
They putting Rambo in that shit, dude.
I saw that. Did they confirm that?
Yeah.
It was just
it was a trailer.
It was a trailer,
Yeah, they put Rambo in it. And so now, they got what? RoboCop, Terminator, and Spawn, and Rambo. That
Terminator's in a lot of fucking shit. Like, he's in wrestling games and...
You want to know? I'm going to tell you why. So, DC owns... DC is owned by Warner Brothers. And DC is Batman, all of them. But Warner Brothers is Scooby-Doo, fucking RoboCop, Terminator, Predator, Spawn.
That makes sense.
So they basically interwoven... Joker, yeah. So they've interwoven all of these games into like a fucking like.
Yeah, that could build up hype for those things again. Like I heard, wasn't they making a new Spawn movie?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'm pretty sure.
They've been making that for a while. I forgot who they got to be the actor, but they've been working on that for a while. And a lot of movie production slowed down because But
speaking of Mortal Kombat, they should put fucking a Scooby Doo character.
Man, no, they voted for Shaggy, bro.
Yeah, they had it. They wanted, but they didn't do it.
Bro. They didn't they?
Yeah.
When he was a fucking meme.
Yep. That was so close. I've seen mods for like a Dragon Ball Z fighter and stuff.
Dude,
we put Shaggy in.
Yeah,
that shit's great, bro. I love the meme where he unlocks Ultra Instinct when he's fighting those Bart dudes. That shit is so funny, bro. But my number two.
Oh wow.
Number one's Courage. Fuck. Number two, Regular Show.
Okay.
I just finished that too.
Regular Show is fire, bro.
So, I would always Regular Show over Adventure Time. And even though Adventure Time I think is much deeper than Regular Show. Regular Show, what I like about Regular Show is for number one, continuity is like a huge thing in that show. Like with fucking Dragon Ball, there's no continuity. But with Regular Show, like episodes that happened fucking 4 seasons ago, they tie into a new season or new episode. Mm-hmm. And then I liked, so Regular Show really didn't dive deep into anything significant until the final season when, what can I say, spoilers? Yeah. The show's been out.
I'm cool.
When fucking Pops died and they were fighting for the world and all that shit, like when it gave Pops a fucking backstory and shit like that, is
that because they were doing
nothing.
Shit.
They were doing shit.
They were literally just chilling, bro.
They were just fighting whatever fucking crazy thing. This is normal. This is a normal day fighting whatever they're fucking fighting.
Regular shit.
It's anything but.
And then number 3 is my recent favorite. It's on Netflix. It's called oh my fuck. I know I didn't just forget that fucking name.
This is why we come to the podcast with notes.
Hey, I like to do my shit fresh. Look, check me out. The I've recommended it to you, Patrick. What the fuck was that?
Oh, yeah, I haven't watched it.
It's made by the guy that made Adventure Time, but fuck, I don't.
I have no fucking idea.
Dude, it's cool as fuck. He goes into different simulations like every episode. His dude's named Clancy. What you know what show I'm talking about?
Started that show.
This shit's so fire, ain't it, bro? That shit is so fucking good. What is the name of that show? Please.
I just started that this morning. I don't even know it.
Dude, I promise you, would just watch that show.
Fucking go to Netflix, Chewy.
Pull it up, Jamie.
While he's pulling that up, what's your top 3, Patrick?
All right.
Since we are bringing top 3, I didn't know we were doing top 3. So
I can't
choose this one. Midnight Gospel.
I've been wanting to watch that. Yeah,
dude, it's so good. Last episode made me cry. I was crying.
You said it's by the same creators of
Adventure Time.
I gotta check that.
It's essentially what the show is. It's a guy. He's a podcaster, and he goes to different simulations and he interviews different people, and he goes and interviews people in the different simulations for his podcast. So it's pretty cool the way he goes into it. He talks about like very relative.
The shit turned off, and I thought that we weren't recording for like the last 30 minutes.
he'll go in. He'll talk about relevant things. Like he'll talk about like drug abuse and stuff like that. It's the guy's actual podcast, but the animators just literally just animate over the podcast.
Oh.
And so like it's a whole episode of a podcast. It's like 30 minutes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so definitely check that shit out, bro. That shit's great.
It is really good.
Yeah, it's a very moving show. Like it's crazy, but yeah.
What's your top 3, Patty D?
All right, number 1, hands down, Samurai Jack.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Every single episode of that show is art. I mean, it's from the ground up, designed to be art. It's beautiful. It's simple. Some episodes, a lot of episodes, there's no talking. Well, you don't need it because the Gennady Tartakovsky, I think his name is. Genius, because he did Dexter's Lab too, and a bunch of stuff. Actually.
Girls too?
No,
They
but
look
they were
style.
college roommates though.
That explains the art
Yeah,
style then.
and the guy that Johnny Bravo, I think.
Johnny fucking Bravo. Did you I don't know which console it's on, but did you play the new Samurai Jack game?
No, the gameplay didn't really look like to me. Not to pay $60 for it. No.
No.
Yeah.
That shit hit $15.
Or the fucking free game of the month.
Yeah, Game Pass.
Thank you.
Xbox. Number two.
Nah, fuck that. You don't get to continue.
Oh shit.
Sponsoring Xbox over here.
Look, oh, that's just great.
I need
3/4 of us are PlayStation 4 players.
Look, I respect Xbox though.
Dude,
they're the only they can play Xbox games. What the fuck? We can't even play PlayStation 1 or 2.
I played Apex with the Xbox person because they just put out cross-play.
Crossplay? Yeah, that's just crazy. It's getting more games.
Me
now.
and the Xbox player are now friends, so I can't say anything about Xbox.
Damn.
Yeah,
I play
the-
PlayStation myself, but cross-gen is actually out.
Yeah.
That's what I forgot about that. Yeah,
I will give Xbox many things.
They have a better.
They do
graphics
have
card.
backplay or whatever.
yeah.
And the crossplay, which I heard about, but I didn't know that was.
Yeah,
Way better
Warzone,
graphics
you can do it
card.
too.
Yeah, but I said there's a lot of
Yeah.
things now that do crossplay. It's
Yeah,
pretty
and-
tight because like
and-
it's like people who love Xbox and then people who love PlayStation, like you can still play together.
Yeah.
Like it's
The thing I like about Xbox with like next gen gaming is they're 2 consoles. One is for people who can afford. I mean, okay, if you can afford a $500 console, you probably shouldn't be buying it. But fucking, like Christmas comes around, if you're like a single parent or whatever, their fucking console is like $200.
Yeah, they're doing financing.
And they're doing financing.
Yeah.
See, that's what's up. I respect that. Like fucking Sony said, no, you're gonna fucking pay.
get paid.
And they got the money too.
If you're gonna spend $400 on without the disc, you might as well buy the disc one for extra.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Continue.
Oh, you good? You good? Number two. Everyone's gonna agree with me with this. Boondocks.
Oh, bro, that's not an anime. That's a cartoon.
Yeah, that's a cartoon.
That shit fall.
Yeah.
Okay. That what did you say earlier? What did you call it when it's a mix? Cartoon.
It's 100% American.
Cananime.
It's
that's
100% American. I'm gonna call that cartoon. It brings up so many good topics, introduces it to a lot of young audiences. I learned a lot myself just from that show. I really.
Oh man.
Oh, honestly. Dang.
I fucks with Boone. You remember the red ball episode?
The kickball.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I bought that episode like 4 times.
That's a fucking anime. That episode is an anime.
Okay, I'll give you that. That's the one we used to anime after this episode I thought of. Yeah. But it's
fire.
every episode I've seen 100,000 times and it's still hilarious to me.
Yeah. It's I put it like in the same like level as the Friday movies. Like it does not get old. You learn shit and it's like forever will be fucking hilarious.
Because the episodes, most of the episodes anyway, they picked a super controversial topic and then like brought it into the light, but also at the same time made fun of it. So it kept it light, but also you learn while you're doing it.
Like the Booty Warrior.
I
likes you, and I wants you.
A bitch named Slickback.
He said, what the fuck? He said, booty is more important than food. More important.
The fucking chicken episode, dude.
Oh, dude,
fucking Popeye.
Dude, that shit came out ahead of its time, dude. When they fucking, bro, that shit came out ahead of its time. People fucking lining up.
Oh,
for that
you right. You right.
That was a good episode too, where you got the restaurant called
In
the
the
Itis.
beds?
Yeah, that was a good one too.
There's only 4 seasons, right?
They were talking about doing a 5th one.
And bro,
I haven't seen the newest season, which is not new anymore. But
right.
is the new season going to be controversial? Because John Witherspoon's son was gonna do his voice.
You told me that. That's right.
And he like go watch, like I don't know his son's name, but literally
It is John Witherspoon.
Is it John Witherspoon too? Yeah. He literally did an impersonation of his father. Like if you're around someone, you can impersonate them.
And he's his son, so
Yeah, and he does like he's a voice actor as well. So he's used to doing that all the time. He did it at his funeral. Actually.
So is he gonna play Grandpa?
That's where he said he made a whole video about how he clapped back at the producers.
Yeah, I did watch that.
Yeah, he was talking about how they invited him to do like the not an interview, like a casting, like the first recording. They were like, at first they were like, yeah, come on in, we're gonna have you do it. He was like, all right, cool, I'd love to do this. My dad was a part of this. I'd love to be a part of this. And so he gets in the interview and he says, like every time he did a line, they were like, oh, that's perfect. And then he was like, no, dude, I feel like I can do this 10 times better. Like, just let me run it back. And a lot of times they wouldn't let him run it back. They just took it and they were just like, all right, that's perfect. We can keep going. And then he said after the interview, the producers were being real shady with him. And like at first the way that they spoke to him, they were like, yeah, you'll be able to get this part, no doubt. You did really good on your casting for your father and all that. And he was really excited about doing it. But then they started messing with this software that literally, I don't know if you've ever seen it. Like there's a video of Joe Rogan where they did it and they literally like synthesize. They have enough like voice clips of somebody. They can synthesize a program to replicate the voice. So essentially they can type something in and then it will replicate the voice
and not have to pay anybody.
And not have to pay anybody to do that shit. And that's where he was like, it's kind of fucked up that you would like kind of Frankenstein my dad into the show where he put so much heart and soul from just to have a soulless robot do this shit. Like that's...
Yeah, they only had him there just to say they had him there for
for PR.
Yeah.
So my thing is, when it comes to people passing away, I don't know how y'all feel about killing off a character in the series, but I'm fine with it if it's done right. My thing is, if you're not gonna kill off a character in the series, if you're gonna finish their role, bring someone who is close to either the family or whatever to finish that role. So I'll give an example. When Paul Walker passed away, they brought his brother on board and they did some CGI and all that stuff, but it was respectful. They didn't kill Paul Walker's character. They let him ride off into the sunset.
That was a great send off, by the way.
Right.
The way they did that was perfect. They gave a very, very emotional tone to it, and I feel like the cast were happy with that too, because maybe
it was a double meaning. It wasn't like just him riding off like it was like them saying like, we'll see you, Paul Walker, in another lifetime.
That shit is crazy.
So back to the Boondocks thing, he shouldn't have even had to go through audition. He should have just had it.
Dude, when I tell you, when you hear him impersonate his dad, you would be like, damn. Like dead ass, you'd be like, damn, that's that nigga's son. Like it's crazy as fuck, bro.
That would be like if Ice Cube passed away, his son looks and sounds just like him. That would be like a perfect. If they're ever gonna finish the fucking Friday movies,
they ain't gonna finish it down unless they started off.
Unless they already been recording some shit.
Yeah, so
because they've been talking about it for years.
They're working on it.
That's
that was your list, right? Boondocks?
Yeah, number two.
That was number two.
That was number two. Number three, I pick Adventure Time.
Okay.
I do. I get everyone has a super deep, intricate story. Every single character in that show, and in every single episode, they took the time to put that little snail hidden somewhere in one scene in every single episode. And I found every single one of them.
Oh, dude, fuck, that show's great, man. Yeah. What's your favorite episode? It's hard. It's hard to choose.
There's 9 seasons and 2 spinoff shows that ran like a season or 2 apiece. Mm-hmm. Nah, I can't pick a single. Like there's so many good ones.
And then towards the end, like it got like pretty good. Like, it was like at
kind
first
of like regular show.
Yeah, at first like it felt like they were just like doing adventures here and there, and then eventually like it. Like,
it got heavy.
It hit the fan. Like, damn. Okay.
Yeah, like his dad shows up. They go find his mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was like the last season, but it was like a separate show, a spinoff, where it's just him and Jake sailing across the ocean, and they get to this island where there's humans. That's where they live now. There's a bunch of humans there. Everyone's happy. It's technologically advanced, and his mom put her mind in like 1,000 robots in the city because she can take care of everyone, be their mom. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, cool, but I don't want to be here. And so, and then she like tried to keep him from leaving, and they had to like kill his mom essentially, I think, and dip.
Yeah, bro, that shows some fucking heat. Same artist and creator. Mm-hmm. Gospel, Midnight Gospel. Check that out, bro.
And Over the Garden Wall too.
Yeah.
It's the right time of the year to watch that. You can find it all upload on YouTube. Someone uploaded on YouTube, yeah.
Oh, dang.
So I showed my mom, and then she's watching it even.
Bro, YouTube is the greatest platform.
Huge cast. John Cleese is in it. The guy who plays Dr. Emmett Brown on Back to the Future is in it.
The crazy guy.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
It's, Elijah Wood plays the main character. Yeah. So
I never. So I did watch Adventure Time, but I was Adventure. Wait, hold on.
Regular show.
Okay, I thought I said Adventure. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna cut that shit out. I sound stupid. Adventure Time. I watched it growing up, but I was a bigger regular show fan, so I missed so many seasons. And then by the time they were like so deep in it, I was like, I'm not gonna.
It's hard to jump into.
Yeah.
And they had the like the gender swap episodes. Donald Glover played the male version of Marceline.
Dude, did he really?
Yeah.
I did not fucking know that shit.
Neil Patrick Harris did the male bubblegum.
Because he was also in regular show, Childish Gambino.
Really?
Him and Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah.
I remember Tyler had an episode. I didn't know
that.
Donald Glover had one.
He was the main guy. So Tyler was like the lackey. It was like three. It was three guys.
It was a group of black dudes.
Yeah. It was like I think it was 2 black dudes and maybe 1 white dude. And Tyler was the first one eliminated, or whatever, second, whatever. But the main guy, he was Childish Gambino.
I didn't know that. That's what's up.
I guess it's my turn. So I didn't bring a top 3. So y'all fucking that didn't answer the question. What do you consider to be the greatest cartoon of all time? Before I say mine, y'all said 3. I want to know out of your 3, which one you consider to be the greatest.
Still Rick and Morty.
I picked Samurai Jack because it's art, and then Boondocks because it's influential.
You gotta pick one. Pick one.
Boondocks.
Okay.
It's got because gotta be.
Chewy with Rick and Morty. Patty D with Boondocks.
I'm
Turt Le Fro.
Damn. You're right. It's still gonna be Courage. I woke up like every morning and like late at night. I'd be up and I'd want to watch Courage. I made it my goal to watch every single episode because that shit was fucking great.
All right. I'm disappointed in you guys because you brought 3 and you didn't even say this one, but I think the greatest cartoon of all time is Avatar: The Last Airbender. You motherfuckers were fucking slacking on that shit.
I actually just started watching that one too on
Word?
Netflix. Yeah. Never
Okay, and watch Korra too, because all right. So
that's also why I started it, because I swiped up and I seen that and I thought it was in the same world. You know what I mean?
It is. Yeah, okay. It's like Avatar is set in its time, and then I want to say Korra. She's the next iteration after Aang. So
that's
like
why I watched
20,
it before,
30 years.
because it's older. You know what I mean? So you got to start from the beginning.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna spoil it since you're just watching it, but I consider it to be the greatest cartoon of all time, and my reason why is for multiple reasons. So first and foremost, it appeals to kids and grown-ups, just like Boondocks, Samurai Jack, Dragon Ball Z, which is not a cartoon, but I think the story is very complex. It's beautiful with so many dark moments, and I was gonna say some of the moments, but I won't because you're not spoiler free. And then it has an Eastern vibe, so it has many different cultures in it, and which is crazy because it's made here in America, and they were able to respect the cultures enough to do research, and I don't know, it's like a big thing in the cartoon is culture. Another reason is you'll fall in love with the characters. So Aang, Sokka, Katara, and many more. Even the side characters, fucking the cabbage guy.
My cabbages.
And then I think it has honestly the greatest villain of cartoon history, and that being Prince Zuko. And my reasoning for that is because he's compelling. He has a dark backstory, and I think he has the best character growth out of like any show you could put it up with. I feel like he had the next to Sokka, but villain wise, he had the best character growth, and he's not one dimensional. You can relate to him and even feel bad for him. Side note, and I said this in episode 4, but I feel like Korra has some of the best villains in recent cartoon history, and I actually prefer Korra over Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is crazy because like Korra was universally fucking hated. And they did a few things in the show that, which don't listen to episode 4 because I spoiled the fuck out of that. But they did a few things in the show that, like, I could see why people hated it. But I just felt like Korra was more mature versus Avatar: The Last Airbender was, while it was for grown-ups, it was more
She was
kiddish.
a lot older than he was, wasn't she?
I'd say they about this. Yeah, because Aang was 10, so she's about 17, 18.
I say that dude was little dude.
She buff as shit. Like, shout out to them for actually using a buff woman. Like, I feel like same with Last of Us 2, like, you don't see that much of buff women in movies or shows or whatever, so.
Hey, Abby was buff.
And she was bisexual.
I was scared of Abby. I'm scared of Abby. If she came
Bro,
to me,
she was punching zombies, man.
If she came to me in the apocalypse, bro, I don't know, man. I'm be like, hey, bro, don't run my shit right now, please.
I don't want no smoke. No smoke whatsoever.
Like, bro, I only got like 5 shells.
The
left.
fact that
I'm not
that
dealing
bitch,
with it.
the fact that Ellie went after her 3 fucking times, I'm like, you should have learned the first time. Like, don't fuck with that bitch.
Revenge, man, it can consume people, bro. Not me. I can't do it. This tall, she ain't getting nowhere. She ain't getting nowhere.
She lost her fingers. Can't play guitar anymore. The one thing that she could relate to Joel on, she can't no longer play.
She left it alone. You saw how big she was?
That bitch was buff as shit. She had pec titties.
Oh my god, that's crazy, bro. But look, before we try to
Yeah.
top 3 animes, or at least best anime.
Okay.
I'm saying Naruto number 1. Naruto's my number 1, hands down. Number 2, Inuyasha, because I love that show. Dude, fire ass show. I love the main character. And 3, Dragon Ball, most definitely. But
I don't have a top 3 because I don't really watch anime. I will name 2. Dragon Ball Z for nostalgia reasons, and then Fully Cooley.
Fully Cooley.
Oh, I haven't seen it the new season, so first season was great though.
I actually like Death Note too.
That was my number 1.
Death Note, Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie.
Every episode of Death Note was on the edge of my seat. Every single episode.
Yeah,
Every
they were
yeah.
really good.
You seen the live action movies?
Yeah.
Well, not the Netflix one. Don't watch them.
Not that one. It was one
Netflix normally does good, too.
Or something.
They did good on the Bleach one, but I haven't seen the Death Note one. But a lot
Did
of
they do
people
an Attack of
bashed it.
Titan too?
They did a Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I do fuck with that show. I don't remember shit from it, but
Full Metal Alchemist fire.
I don't know.
That's in
I
my
can't
top
get
3.
into anime,
That's in my
but
top 3. Full Metal.
It's
I can
pretty
get into
fire.
cartoons.
Pretty fire, dude.
What about you, buddy?
I just said it.
Yeah, he just said
We agreed on Death Note. He said Dragon Ball.
Oh, Dragon Ball.
Dragon
what
Ball
was the
and
last
then Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Oh dang! I didn't think of that.
Pokemon
Pokemon-
was good in the
Pokemon's
beginning.
anime.
Yeah.
And the first couple ones before the spin-offs.
Man, yeah, Pokemon made me cry as a kid. And as an
one?
adult.
Don't let Charmander's flame go out, please.
The movie where fucking Ash turned to stone or
Oh,
something?
the first movie, Pokemon the movie, Mewtwo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mewtwo fucking everybody up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pikachu was crying. Yeah, I was crying.
What's the movie with those red niggas in space?
Oh, that's the one that got Deoxys and Gyarados in it. I'm pretty sure Deoxys was the alien.
If you've ever watched Cowboy Bebop, that's a good
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That's a good anime.
I don't watch anime, but I remember watching
should.
these when I was.
Yeah, you should. You should watch that one at least.
That one fall.
I smoke. I smoke
you name your top?
every day.
Go ahead and grab the B-ball.
Did you name your top 3, Patrick?
We've been naming them. You keep me. I mean, like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I was like, yep. Cowboy's my third. Death Note's my first for sure. I forget what the second one was. We mentioned it. We talked about it.
Damn. Dang. How long we got? How long we been running?
We about
Yeah, I know
we about an hour and 30 minutes.
Oh, okay, I thought that said 3 hours almost.
Yeah, I thought me too.
I was like,
because it's at 25:61, so that like.
is it in measures?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the reason why I don't look like time.
Still long as shit. It's still long as shit.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys want to add, talk about before we get about it here?
Man.
Courage was on my list too. You said it. I didn't want to double you up.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
so
yeah.
Courage was on my
Bro,
list.
that shit fire, bro. Like,
I would add Ed, and Eddie to if I was to do top.
That was
3.
That was gonna be my third.
Fuck, how did I forget about
It was gonna be my
Ed,
third.
bro?
But I was like, man, I'm sticking too close to the same
so
kind of stuff. I
upset.
want to.
Yeah.
I want to see what else.
All of y'all did Cartoon Network, and he had a Disney, and then I had Nickelodeon. But Cartoon Network is the goats of cartoons.
I'm about to say,
and it's called Cartoon Network.
I would have been like, people would be like, dude, Nick in general was good. I was like, bro, the reason why I didn't fuck with Nick or Disney is because they had real people in it. I'm trying to watch cartoons, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but Disney had some.
New Disney isn't as good as the old Disney TV shows were.
Nothing new as good as.
And then Nick was. I wish Nick would bring back all the slime shows and the game shows. Get rid of stuff that's on there now. Just bring back like.
I don't
Legend
even
Hidden
know
Temple.
what they have on there. I just see iCarly reruns.
Yeah.
They still rerunning iCarly.
Yo, Drake and Josh too, which is
Wow.
that's a fucking. That's a top 3 right there.
All right, top 3 original Disney movies.
It's like with the last episode.
Brink.
The top
Brink's number 1. Johnny Tsunami's number 2. Halloween Town number 3.
Oh, that's so good.
Let me see.
I can't even name them. I can picture them in my mind. But.
I'm about to say, I can't.
What's the one with the nigga rapping that played Everybody Hates Chris?
Oh, that one was good too. It was I forgot what that one was, but excuse me. Yeah, the dude from Everybody Hates Chris was in it. He was a lot older. He was
in Walking Dead too.
Yeah, that was
in
him.
Walking Dead. Yeah.
Nigga died after 3 episodes.
That's
Hey,
like, I mean, he was.
for anybody that ain't seen Walking Dead, I'm sorry. I'm about to go in on this shit. Who did you sad when Herschel died?
That's
Yeah.
Dude,
I
that
met that
I
guy.
never watched Walking
You met him?
I met
Not,
most of the
seriously.
cast. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I got into it, and then it got to a point to where,
Dude, The Walking Dead is so ass now.
like I said, it got to a point where I was like, they can't ever get a fucking break. I don't like
think
it.
I think where they fucked up at, okay, everyone was pissed about Glenn. I was okay with it. That happened in the fucking...
He
They
was-
fucked him up.
Since day one, he was. I said when he dies, I'm gonna stop watching. Day
Yeah.
one, that's my character.
I said Daryl, and he's still
Everybody
alive.
said there. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
I-
He wasn't even in the comic book.
He wasn't.
No, he was just for the TV show, The Brothers. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep.
Main character named Rick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Rick. I love Rick because he crazy as fuck.
He
crazy.
did. He got hard.
He got fucking bonkers. I was like, damn, this nigga really snapping. I feel
And for
like
a nigga that woke up and wasn't expecting that shit,
Yeah.
he did pretty
He
good.
bit a dude's neck out.
dude, like he got like whenever. Like I said, if you watching the show, don't listen. Whenever fucking, well, whenever the
If you're watching a show that's been out for 10+ years and you haven't watched
it ain't even
it,
that bad.
look, fucking, whenever his wife died in the prison, bro.
Man, fuck that, man. She immediately started fucking his best friend.
immediately.
Nah, fuck. I was waiting for her ass to die.
Yeah, I forgot she did that shit too.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the dude who played it.
We never found out who Judah's father was, did we?
I thought it was.
Because it could very well be Shane's.
I thought it was confirmed to be. Shane.
Was it? I don't remember that. I ain't watching season 7.
Well,
though, so-
okay. How
I
do
didn't
you
start
how
season
do you
7.
confirm it in a post-apocalyptic
Exactly.
world?
I guess so.
Shit,
I thought it was confirmed because
when
Rick
they
said.
look like him, and they look like him, they ain't me.
Well, I know Rick. I remember like an episode. Rick was like, basically, like, at the end of the day, this is gonna be my kid. I don't care who's the biological father.
I care.
Basically,
I want to know.
I don't know.
Tell me.
I think where Walking Dead fucked up was, like I said, I didn't mind Glenn dying, and I didn't even mind what's the nigga with the bass name? I have a fucking
Negan?
pop of him. Negan.
Yeah.
I didn't mind him dominating 2 or 3 seasons.
He was too much of that personality. People are like, oh my god, like I don't like Deadpool because everybody flipped. Oh my god, he's so funny. And then everyone jumped on that same bandwagon for Negan. Oh, he's such a bad boy. He said, "Who he has a bat and a leather fucking jacket."
I just like because he's so cocky. It makes me think of like an old.
Over the top.
I just like his bat. Fuck everything else. The bat cool as fuck.
He just reminds me of an older Jeezy. But I think where they fucked up at is killing off fucking Carl because he was the main component in the fucking comic.
You know
book.
why they
Carl
did that, right?
died, bro?
You know why they killed him off, right?
Oh fuck!
Because he got into it with the producers, right?
No, his dad was tired of him not paying enough attention to school, so they made him quit the show so he could pay more attention to his school stuff.
that nigga eyeballs.
Fuck that
missing.
shit. You don't need to go to school.
Bro, he was 14 with an iPad, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
everyone making
shot
fun
in
of
the
him,
eye?
too.
He got
shot in the
Yeah.
eye?
And he got bit by a zombie. That's how he ended up dying. He turned and everything.
It's
Who
like
blasted him?
Rick could have left,
Rick,
but
right?
Did he leave at that point? Or Carl
Everyone.
left first? Carl left first, then
and
Rick
then Rick
left.
was like, "This show is turning to shit."
Yeah, he's not out.
But they didn't kill Rick off.
He just left.
He went and he blew up on the bridge, and then he ended up surviving it. And he was at the end of the river, and the fucking helicopter from like the last 3 seasons that was flying around. They were trying to figure out who the fuck is this helicopter. Saw him, picked him up, and took him to somewhere else.
Whatever, dude. Is that why I see like part of the trailers some dudes in like stormtrooper suits? It's probably them dudes.
Probably, yeah. Because this is the final season. I imagine they're going to bring Rick back for it since he's not dead.
But it's not really the final season. They have another spin-off show.
You're right.
They're still doing the other spin-off.
Because they got Fear the Walking Dead, and then they're making another spin-off.
Yeah,
with
I
just
ain't never
Carol
watched
With
that.
Daryl and Carol, yep.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen it.
When they brought the fucking dog into it, I was like, I can't watch this no more. If this dog dies, I'm gonna fucking be devastated. I don't care who you kill off, just don't kill the fucking dog.
Oh fuck, that's crazy. Hey, what's your favorite like space song?
Oh,
I just want to know.
yeah. Okay, so we got the 2 biggest bass supporters here. We got Michael Chewy and Patrick. So
What's your favorite bass song? Let me know.
I got you right now.
What's up?
Sloppy Toppy, hands down.
I was gonna say Sloppy Toppy, but
why
I
is
just didn't
Sloppy
want to
Toppy
say
so
it.
loved?
I didn't want to say it.
Every single line in that song is fire. The whole thing's a banger.
Hey, we need to go back to that.
No,
we need to go back to the
don't
bass.
touch it. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. Do some of the other ones.
God.
Not that one.
Dude, that's fire.
That was Dylan's Dylan Cena. That was his favorite.
He loved that song, bro.
He remasters the whole Girth Gang. All of it. I'm just like, you already got the framework. Just redo it brand new. Like, just redo it.
Dude, yeah, we actually been talking about that.
We've been talking about Girth Gang too.
Yeah, he emailed me the whole album like a year ago.
Man, I feel like that's why we never blew up in school. You want me to be
Dude,
real
definitely.
with you?
That's the
That's the
reason.
main reason why we never blew up.
Like,
in
it was
school.
funny as
We
fuck.
were the only people who were making music. I'm not lying.
In high school,
In
yeah.
high school, at least, we were the only people making music. Like no one else like came out and was like, "Oh, I make music." Terrence did.
I mean, there was people rapping, but there wasn't no one recording. It was like we were the only, and we went to 2 different schools, and we were both promoting in both of our schools. Like a motherfucker, niggas listen to that shit, and I'm like, what the? It was funny, but it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I ain't fuck with us. I knew what we were gonna be. We're gonna be the new Lonely Islands. What we were gonna
Fuck
be.
no. We would have kept going that route.
Yeah, most likely.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, that's why I always think about it like, dang, I don't care. I would not change.
I wouldn't either.
I would not change shit. Fuck
Because
that.
we had to go through that shit to get to where we're at now.
I love all that shit. That shit fire.
Our progression
I randomly
now-
start quoting it all the time.
You think Bass dead, Chewy?
That's what Hunter said. Hunter was like, "Bass dead."
I mean, he got a point.
He's got a point, but I don't think it's dead.
I don't think it's dead, and I don't think we're anywhere near being done with it.
Like I said,
I agree. I do think you are the glue to it, though.
And I've said
told
that.
him
And I've said that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
True.
so. Is it dead?
Is it
I don't
dead?
think he's dead.
Right.
I was fucking banging Baseball Escape before it was a fucking rap group.
exactly.
and I'm gonna bang it after it's no longer.
So me and Taylor, we put most of the work in.
Like I said in episode 3, me and Turt, we're the dynamic duo of the group. And it's not because, like, no one else wants to do it, but, like, me and you are always available, seemingly. We both have our own studio, so it's just easier, even if we're not together, to send each other something and the other person finishes it.
Yeah.
It's hard getting fucking 6-7 niggas together. Especially when, like, at one point I lived in Arkadelphia, and everyone lived in Hot Springs. And if I'm the glue that's holding y'all together, I'm in the motherfucking city. And then when I come back to Hot Springs, half of y'all niggas leave. Keelan went to Conway. Fucking Kaylin went to Little Rock.
Like, I tried to get everybody on bangers, especially whenever you went to school. That was, like, one of the hardest hits that we took, really. And, like, that's why I always made, like, my goal to, like, come up there and come make music, because I don't give a fuck. Like, with Brandon, I know Brandon
goes through a lot of shit.
Yeah, Brandon done been through it. So, I don't. Whenever Brandon is ready, he'll come to me when he's ready. I know he will. Kayla, on the other hand, she live in Little Rock now, so
yeah,
it's hard to get in touch with her. So and I'm not even gonna talk about this nigga Tequila, bro. Oh my god. Anyway, it's just
he's not bass anymore.
But look, it's just like you said. There's a lot more to come. Whenever I take this vacation, I'm gonna bust down. And I got a lot of shit.
I mean, we still got, me and you've been working on shit. We still got Velma.
Yep.
And some other shit.
I want you to drop Lizzie so bad. That shit fire, bro.
Oh, I speaking of which, I contacted the dude. He's gonna let me get that beat. So, I don't think bass is dead. I think we have a lot left to do. We're fucking grown-ups now. We all got bills and shit, and we got other life choices. It's around the corner. Not gonna get into that, but it's just tougher. But I think we should make time for it. We got motherfucking Chewy the cameraman.
Look, I honestly just want to do like a group project, not like just like everybody has an input on something. Whether it's a fucking movie, whether it's like a short film or something, I'd love for everybody just like to put in. Yeah. We can make like a score. There's plenty of people we can get different ideas for scores and shit. You know, we
should have been on that skit shit too.
It don't even gotta be like a movie, like something like a documentary or something. It could just be some fun, goofy shit, like just literally
quirky shit is funny.
Just
nowadays.
Quirky shit that's just funny as fuck. Like, bro, like we could literally do that shit.
I feel like so music wise, we're very talented, and I think we're gonna blow the fuck up. I don't care what no one else says. But, like, I feel like there's other things that we can branch off to, like RDC World with the skits and shit. Like,
bro,
we are fucking...
They killing the skits, bro.
Right. And that's shit that we used to talk about doing that we just never did. We did, like, a couple, but... we're not consistent is the biggest thing. Both as a group and as solo artists, we're not consistent.
Breaking ground on this podcast. Sitting here like, this is what we need to do.
But...
we're getting there, though.
Yeah, it's always, like I said, it's always been like, we've always just like have made music as a group and just like as a friend group, and that's what we've bonded over the time. It was never like, at one point we're like, dude, we could probably blow up. When we first made we made the very first song was Booty Pop and Booty Cash. Was it not Booty Pop? It was Outro. Yeah, it was Outro. Me, Brandon, and Taylor. That was the very first song. We just did that shit for fun. And
y'all did that shit for fun. I did that shit for experience.
Yeah, you did that shit for experience. Me and Brandon, we did that shit. That shit was like it became addicting, really. Yeah. And, like, I've always been in choir, so I always have.
And see, with Brandon, because you know, me and Brandon used to hang out a lot, and he was going through so much shit that me writing helped him stay off of that shit, and then he started writing. So, like, up to the point when we started first recording, you know, me and Brandon had been writing, me longer than him, but I think once we started recording, like, especially for us two, it was something that we just wanted to test, but we definitely wanted to do. And then you fell in love with that shit, so it just blossomed from there. And then, you know, Nick got involved, and your sister got involved, which she's a very talented artist. She just ain't never fucking around.
She always busy all the time.
Anyway, with that being said, I think we should close the podcast out. I got my boy Patty D with me. What's your social medias one more time?
It's Adventure Perspective on Instagram.
Got my boy Chewy. He said fuck the social media, but he said you can find him on Facebook at Michael Chewy. And then we got my boy Turt Le Fro, aka Remote Dick. What's your Instagram?
Live it down.
Nope.
At Faded Loblolly.
All right.
FADEDLOBLLOLY.
And with that being said, hey, damn nigga, you don't know your shit.
Well, I really don't. I
think you got
know.
the L's backwards, but
Did I get
they
the
figure it
L's
out.
backwards?
It'll still pop up in the search bar.
What does faded loblolly mean? In real quick.
Our state tree is the loblolly, and I love trees. I love the fuck out of trees.
I never seen
It's a pine
North
tree.
Carolina history, man.
You fucking weeaboo.
What? I'm so confused.
I'm sorry.
Look, that's why I said like I said, our state tree is the faded loblolly. It's not the faded loblolly. It's a loblolly pine. And
What does faded mean?
just faded, bro. You know, things.
You don't smoke
things. No, things. No, haha. That's the thing. It's not about smoking. It's about like how things are. When things get older, they tend to lose their color. They begin to fade.
Yeah.
It has a more nostalgic feel. So that's the
fucks
reason
with
why I
that.
chose that. Yeah.
Fucks with that. So, history lesson. You now know what faded loblolly means. That being said, this is the end of the podcast. It's your boy Saved by Paris, and see you next week. I'm out.